The film takes place in an alternate reality where mythical creatures coexist with humans. One morning, police officer Daryl Ward ignores his wife's request to deal with a fairy.
Oh, come on. Why is the fairy in the bird feeder again?
Creatures that, in this world, are more like annoying mosquitoes or bees. For the moment, though, he has to deal with the fairy.
Damn, look at this nigga, man. That's it right there.
After knocking it down with a broom, Ward violently smashes it in front of the neighbors. Ward has 5 years left until retirement, but he's now facing a serious challenge, being partnered with the world's first orc police officer. Later, he tries to explain to his daughter that orcs aren't stupid and that no race is better or worse than another.
You know, everybody's just trying to get along and have a good life.
Just then, Nick Jakoby, his orc partner, drives up and uses his keen sense of smell to point out that Ward's lawn is fertilized with human waste instead of the compost he paid for.
I paid $400 for this. That's bullshit. Human shit.
Ward is upset that an orc drove a police car up to his house, muttering that everyone already hates cops. On the way to work, Ward scolds Jakoby for stopping during a patrol to order a burrito.
Because of the nightmares I'm having from being blasted across the street with a shotgun while your ass was getting a burrito.
Which ended in a fellow officer getting shot by an orc. Jakoby chooses to head to the station through Elf Town, an upscale district where elves live as high society. In the locker room, other officers taunt Ward for tolerating his orc partner and not pushing to get him kicked off the force.
You keep Jakoby the fuck away from me, okay? I'll drop an orc, I don't give a fuck.
They suspect Jakoby is protecting his own kind. 2,000 years ago, orcs sided with the Dark Lord, and ever since, they've been considered villains. Meanwhile, the other cops tape a "kick me" sign on his back and laugh at his expense. The partners patrol a rundown neighborhood populated by poor humans and orc gangs.
Get the fuck off of the street or I'm gonna call your PO, tell him you out here drinking with the homies.
Unlike most orcs, Jakoby has filed down his fangs, marking him as a bloodless orc with no clan ties. While driving, they pass a group of cops beating 2 orcs in front of their families. Soon after, they confront a deranged man wielding a sword, raving about the Dark Lord's return before quickly surrendering.
And now the Dark One returns.
In the squad car, the man suddenly speaks in Orcish, urging Jakoby to remember his traditions and telling him that his partner is blessed. While Jakoby processes the suspect, detectives corner Ward and launch an internal investigation.
Jakoby kicked loose that pigskin fuck who blasted you.
They believe Jakoby intentionally let a fellow orc escape earlier and pressure Ward to wear a wire to get a confession. In the car, Ward starts off vaguely, but Jakoby senses his tension and asks what really happened at the station.
I know something very bad happened at the station.
Before the conversation can go further, a new call comes in. Meanwhile, a couple of agents from the Federal Magic Division arrive at the station to interrogate the man, who turns out to be a member of a secret society called the Shield of Light.
If you're gonna play stupid games, you're gonna win stupid prizes.
It turns out there are Inferni elves, renegade elves who want to resurrect the Dark Lord. To bring him back, they need to collect 3 magic wands. Their leader is Layla, one of the few Brights, or wizards.
She's an Inferni Coven leader.
Brights are the only ones who can safely handle magic wands. Anyone else who touches one explodes instantly. Almost all Brights are elves, with humans rarely possessing the gift. Layla is searching for her sister Tika, which makes her the special agent's best lead to finding the Inferni.
So Layla has a magic wand that she's coming after Tika, right?
When Ward and Jakoby arrive at the scene, they immediately come under heavy gunfire.
You all right?
Yeah. No holes?
Only the ones that I was born with.
How are your holes?
But manage to take out the shooter. Inside, Jakoby smells blood everywhere, and they stumble upon charred bodies.
Shit.
Suddenly, Tika, carrying a wand, tries to escape. The wand's power is on full display.
What is that?
Effortlessly destroys a car. When reinforcements arrive, including the sergeant, everyone becomes mesmerized by the wand. It's set to grant any wish, and the corrupt cops clearly intend to use Tika for their own gain.
But that is a magic wand, and you don't know how to use it.
Worse, they also plan to kill Jakoby, who is currently guarding her outside.
It's not happening.
Ward refuses to go along with them, but the corrupt cops threaten to kill him too. Outside, Jakoby makes a quick call to warn his wife that she and their daughter need to leave town immediately. He then angrily accuses Ward of betraying him and letting an orc shooter escape.
Fuck my whole life over some stupid orc knucklehead. Fuck.
At gunpoint, Jakoby finally admits the truth. He did let an orc go, but only because he'd mistakenly caught the wrong one. If he hadn't, the cops would have executed the innocent orc on the spot. Meanwhile, the corrupt officers finalize their plan
2 cops died tonight.
to kill both Ward and Jakoby, along with the elf. When the group steps into the yard, Ward suddenly turns and guns down all 4 dirty cops. Jakoby, shocked, starts to arrest him, but instead holsters his weapon and simply reports the shooting. Just then, a neighborhood thug who heard about the wand approaches, hoping to snatch it.
So when the little homies tell me that the cops are shooting each other in my hood.
Ward and Jakoby flee as gang members open fire on their squad car.
Bulletproof, dickhead!
But the bulletproof glass saves them. Their escape doesn't last long. Mexican gangsters ram them with a jeep and unleash automatic gunfire. When Ward's shotgun runs dry, he stuns the jeep driver with a taser, finally shaking their pursuers. But before they can breathe, the wand triggers an emergency stop. Layla, the ruthless elf leader, arrives. She finishes off the wounded and interrogates, then kills. Jakoby explains that the car stopped because of a binding spell. The wand can't be far from its true owner. That means they'll need to stash it nearby.
We gotta get out of this neighborhood.
The fugitives are eventually caught, and during a shootout, Jakoby kills a man for the first time. One of the hitmen manages to grab the wand, but the moment he touches it, he disintegrates into dust. The chase continues, and both Ward and Jakoby are wounded. They stumble through a den where orcs, humans, and other races mingle. In the chaos, they lose track of Tika. Bandits storm the crowd and a brutal fight breaks out. They finally spot Tika clinging to a wall, and the trio reunites before fleeing the slums. Meanwhile, magical federal agents are still hot on their trail. Ward and Jakoby disguise themselves in civilian clothes and duck into a strip club, but the Mexican gang tracks them down, destroys the place, and corners them.
And I will pick up the wand.
Their wheelchair-bound leader gives the fugitives an ultimatum and is about to execute them, when suddenly, Layla and her Inferni crew storm in. The elves wipe out the entire Mexican gang in seconds and slaughter the arriving Special Forces unit just as easily. Amid the chaos, Ward, Jakoby, and Tika manage to escape. Exhausted, they take time to patch up their wounds. Jakoby opens up about his life, how orcs always saw him as too human, while humans saw him as nothing more than an animal.
They hate me.
He's hated by both sides, and now, after everything, he regrets losing the only dream he ever had, being a cop. Ward calls in an old friend, Sheriff Rodriguez, for backup, but when Rodriguez shows up, he pulls a gun on them and calls the feds.
All I know is I heard chatter on the radio saying you killed a bunch of cops.
The lead elf federal agent answers Rodriguez's call. Ward tries to strike a deal, offering the wand in exchange for their freedom. Just then, Rodriguez is shot dead.
And lawyer up. Get his out!
The trio hides inside a store, but the evil elves follow them in. Jakoby holds his ground through the crush, while Tika steps up to help her companions. Using quick thinking, the three manage to fight their way out, scorching the elves in the process. But they don't make it far. They're immediately surrounded by a gang of towering orcs.
To take your fat, Shrek-looking ass back to your vehicle and drive the fuck home to Fiona. Tell these dickheads in Orcish.
They speak English. Speak English? Of course.
The orcs aren't amused and give Ward a savage beating before hauling all three before their leader, Dorgu. The Orc King brags about his rise from nothing, how he built up a powerful orc community in Los Angeles, and then demands to know where the wand is.
Listen, man, I would really appreciate it if you gave me the respect of looking at me when I'm talking to you.
Ward and Jakoby are beaten, strangled, and stabbed, but they refuse to admit the wand exists.
Where is the wand?
As part of an initiation rite for Dorgu's son, they're sentenced to execution and tossed into a pit. But in a twist of fate, Dorgu's son turns out to be the young orc Jakoby once saved. Because of this, Dorgu spares them, but he still orders Jakoby shot. Ward is about to be executed next when Tika suddenly reveals her power. She pulls out the wand and casts a spell to resurrect Jakoby. The act drains her so much she can barely stand. Witnessing this miracle, the orc clan is awestruck. They allow the trio to leave unharmed. Only now do Ward and Jakoby learn the truth. Tika herself is a Bright. She confesses that Layla gave an assassin the wand to eliminate her rebellious sister. But the mission failed and the wand was lost. Tika hasn't fully learned to control its power, and resurrecting Jakoby has nearly cost her life. Growing weaker, she explains that only the Shield of Light can help her. She must be returned to the place where it all began. On the way, Jakoby talks about his idol, a bloodless orc like himself who, 2,000 years ago, united all the races against the Dark Lord.
But this, don't you see, is like the time of...
When the heroes arrive at the site, Layla's minions ambush them from the walls. But Jakoby, now stronger after his resurrection, fights ferociously. He stabs one attacker, shoots another, and even blows up one of the elf henchwomen. Meanwhile, Ward and Tika manage to overpower Layla. Jakoby lands the final blow with a shotgun blast. Ward drags the wounded Tika to a magical pool, but Layla proves far tougher than her followers. She recovers, suspends Jakoby, reclaims her wand, shoots Ward, and throws Tika out of the pool. She begs her sister to return to her side, but Jakoby intervenes and shoots off the fingers clutching the wand. The weapon falls next to Ward. Realizing they may be part of the prophecy, Ward takes a desperate gamble. He picks up the wand and instead of exploding, it changes color.
This is impossible.
Revealing that he truly is chosen. Guided by Tika, he recites a spell, unleashing its full power. Layla is obliterated, along with half the building. Jakoby somehow survives the blast. Not finding Ward outside, he rushes back into the fire to save his friend, once again proving his loyalty and courage. This act finally earns him the respect of the orc clans, who recognize him as a half-orc in spirit. The wand is later confiscated by agents in protective suits, while Ward and Jakoby are treated under heavy guard.
Oh, shit. Well, that can't be good. Yeah.
Only Ward is handcuffed. Surprised, Jakoby jokes, "Why aren't you cuffed? Guess they think you're more dangerous than me." Ward brushes it off and recounts everything that happened, even though no one had asked yet, while Jakoby keeps his words more cautious and diplomatic.
Sir, we were just responding to a call. My partner and I, but there was all this crazy magic stuff.
In the end, both partners are publicly honored with medals for their bravery.
Officer Daryl Ward and our nation's first orcish police officer, Nicholas Jakoby.
At the ceremony, Tika makes a quiet appearance to watch her heroic friends being celebrated. And that's the wild ride of Bright. If you had fun going through this crazy world with me, don't forget to drop a like. See you in the next recap.